I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Greeba Rampaul-Essue. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Well, it's actually fantastic. It's nice to catch up with you again after all this time.
All right.
Even though it's only been a couple of years, but it's nice and I'm good.
That's
Good.
good. That's
Really.
good. It's definitely a great pleasure to have a Trinidadian in this run. I think you're the first Trinidadian. Nah, we had Trinidadians. Yeah, we had, I think, two. Yeah. But yeah, and it's still good to have you here.
Um,
What part of the world are you in right now?
Actually, right now I'm in Los Angeles, California.
All right, all right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
Okay, well, actually, as you know, I'm a business owner. I'm actually the managing director of three different companies. One is SESS USA, SESS Caribbean, and Industrial Engineering Solutions. And we are based actually in the US and the Caribbean. But as part of the thing with my being in business has been my ability to well actually my I think my I've been able to do a little to tackle. I've looked at my business a little differently from I think what most people look at it. I'm not Yes, I want to make money, but that's not the whole thing about my being in business. I believe the money will come once you do things a certain way. So I've been really trying to get the message out there about, in our case, like safety and solutions and all that sort of thing. And in doing that, what I realized is that I've been applying it to my personal life quite a bit as my kids were growing up and dealing with, well, as you would know, as my children's friends and everybody, there was always this aspect of me that said, "Come, let's talk, let's sort this out, let's solve this."
Yeah.
And I realized that I needed. I haven't been I realize and I feel for myself now that I'm in a place where I need to just do more of that, not just for the business, but more on a personal level with other people. So when I saw, it's like it works in both spheres of my life, work and personal. And I realized it's time that I started to talk a little bit more about myself and what I do and what I offer and
Yeah.
what I can offer. So I thought like, yeah, let's talk to Angel.
That's
He's
great.
been
Yeah. You have a
What's up,
wealth of
Steve? Let me
knowledge.
talk to him.
You have a wealth of knowledge. Wow, and experience. Yeah, that's intriguing. So, why would you continue to repeat the skill of what goes with the business side of life?
um, because I still see myself and I see our company being still able to offer quite a lot to our customers. Um, I see the need to educate people on, because a big aspect of our business is safety. We concentrate a lot on warehouse, even though I'm an industrial engineer and we can work in so many diverse industries and stuff. Our focus has been for many years, since actually we've been in the warehousing business since 1996, and a big part of our focus has become safety. And then what we realize is not only like in the Caribbean, well, in the Caribbean, the US, everywhere, there's a need for educating our customers on what they need to do to keep themselves safe. As I always tell them, I say, at the end of the day, what we want to know is that everybody goes home one, and when they do go home, they go home with all the parts intact, nothing missing. So the focus is on safety, and we want to continue educating people.
Love it. Now, tell me, Greba, one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Is that in business or personal?
We could do personal.
Personal. Actually, I think one of the major things, and a lot of people who know me will think that where's she coming from? She probably doesn't need that. But one of the things I've actually tried to do consistently over the past 3 years is self improvement. Because I honestly, when I look at myself, personally, I'm not sure. Well, I know I'm I'm not where I think I can be, and when I look back at it, where I would like to be. And I've been looking at myself, and my one of the things that has come out of all this is this little thought in my mind that says, every day make myself better than I was the day before. So, and I
Love it.
think the past couple years I've really focused on that more. So I have more balance. I'm trying to have more balance in life, get involved more with stuff besides business. You know, so
How does that
that
make
has,
you feel?
yeah,
How does
that
that
has
make
been
you feel, Greeba?
fantastic. I'm just feeling myself, like there's this energy I feel. I actually feel like if I'm a human cannonball just waiting to be shot out.
Love it.
I'm there, the cannon just poised for somebody. Well, not somebody, because I think I'm going to light it myself. I know somebody else isn't going to light that fire. At the end there, I am going to light it and shoot myself out. And I'm right there in the process of shooting myself out. And again, this is why having this podcast with you is fantastic. It's just perfect timing.
Yeah, yeah. It brings confirmation, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So, just to someone out there that's listening, who may have had challenges in their business world where they focus so much on the business side of things, right? Why they should at least give some ear to the personal side and really achieve that balance.
Um, like if you're well, my thing has been, because I'm the business owner, a big part of the business's energy comes from me. And if you as a business owner is not in the right place, I honestly don't think it is going to translate. That is going to translate into your business. If you're in a good place and you have good energy, you will see that in coming out in your business. And if you're not in a good place, then that is also going to come out in your business. Because if you're down, you're not going to be able to, the creative juices and what you for that you need to have actually have your business growing, and it's not going to be there. So, I think it's really important as a business person to find your balance. It's not business, and doing well in business and success in business is not just about work. You have to work, and you have to do the right type of work. Is It's not just about working 24/7. You have to do it right. You have to work smarter. Even while you're working harder, you have to work smarter. And part of working smarter has to do with you as the individual who pushes the business, who has a vision for the business. You have to be in the right place as well.
Love it. Amazing audience. Again, we are live with Greeba Rampaul-Essue. And again, you can connect with her via SESSUSA.com. Greeba, let's switch gears for a moment right now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Greeba, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Actually, the funny thing is my earliest childhood memory is not in the Caribbean, but even though I was born and raised in Trinidad, but it's my visit to England when I was about 6 years old
Yeah.
to visit my dad. My dad was studying in England, and he left Trinidad when I was about 3. And then my mom took all the children to England to visit him. And I have such vivid memories of that. My parents are actually surprised that I remember so much, because I'm actually able to describe the house we stayed in such detail. They're amazed.
So, how do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
Well, I've had a love for adventure and exploring. Every time I go somewhere, I'm always walking and walking, roaming, finding all. So I've always had this love for adventure. And then I think there's this closeness with my dad that, being there with him, that memory of me being with him and with both my parents at the same time, my family. And I have this, I love family
Yeah.
and the closeness and the togetherness. So I think, it all ties into that whole thing, that memory. It's just such a good place to be in with all the things that you love.
Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that
Of
memory?
course.
I love the idea of the intellect that Greeba Rampaul-Essue is. Your memory even then was superb and still is in terms of what you've done via engineering, right? You definitely remembered all of the aspects of the house and the surroundings, and to see to see what you're doing now in the safety arena, if you would, the memory that it takes to definitely not only know it for yourself, but to help others understand it as well. That is pretty fascinating to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
I think it would have been, that song by the Carpenters, I'm on top of the world.
Yeah.
I remember that thing continuously, and I was not the best singer, but I remember singing that thing continuously. It was just something just so nice about it. Just, give you a really happy feeling.
It's amazing how it connects, right? I mean, definitely. One of the elements you've expressed right now is that you're definitely feeling on top of the world, right?
Yes. Yes.
Love it. Well, Greeba, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Greeba, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I'm choosing several people because I think we need more. I've chosen several and still looking for more.
Are you married?
I'm in a common law relationship.
All right. How many children do you have? I mean, I know the answer to this, right? But how many children do you have?
I produced 4, and I claim many, many more as my children, as you would know.
Love it, yes. She is that person, amazing audience. Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Hell no. Oops, should I say I've said that? No,
you're good.
Unfortunately, no. I mean, fortunately, no. My father said the television is the idiot box. But sometimes I go for weeks on end without looking at television.
And what about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
More than 8 because I put in more than 8 hours a day. So that alone caters for that 8 hours.
Yeah. Well, Greeba, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Greeba Rampaul-Essue, what would you say that is?
My unique statement. What I would say is don't be in competition with anyone. Be in competition with yourself. Every day, try to be a better person than you were yesterday.
Love it. Greeba, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I would say this is something I truly believe in. Everything happens for a reason. Don't fight it. Just go with the flow, learn the lesson, and enjoy the journey. Love
it. Wow. Well, we met almost 20-something years ago, and it definitely
everybody how old I am.
It's just fascinating that you never really know how things connect. I appreciate that tremendously. Greeba, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you so much, Angel. It's been a pleasure.
A pleasure I treasure. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.